Sourav, I'd like to talk to you about generative AI banking assistants and the potential they have to transform the way that customers interact with their banks. So virtual agents have been around for some time already, but I think they failed to meet the expectations. So what do you think is different now? How are they evolving after the introduction of generative AI?
So that's a very interesting question, Paco. So you can consider this as a big leap from going from scripts to real understanding. So the traditional chatbots that have been there, consider them as interactive FAQs. They were rigid, rule-based and logic-based. So say a banking customer goes a bit off script where there is no keyword match, it used to go to a dead end or tried to offload it to a human agent. And we have all been there in these scenarios, right? But what's happening right now with the infusion of generative AI in virtual assistants, we are seeing the power of LLMs here, right? And it's not only about interactive FAQs now, LLMs can really understand the user intent, reason, plan, and in some cases even act on the information that has been provided. And it's also multimodal. It's not only based on talking content, audio content, or chat content. It can understand images and videos as well. So it's a very big leap forward in terms of how virtual assistants have come to where they are right now in terms of having that fluid human-like conversations, right? And how we envision the future is not just one agent doing everything. It would be sort of an agent space, if I may, where there will be multiple specialized agents. There might be a mortgage specialist agent, there might be a fraud detection specialist agent, and then there will be a layer of surface agent which is having this conversation with the banking customers, whereas leveraging these agents whenever the specific intent of the customer is to understand, say, a banking loan query or understanding their personal wealth management scenarios. And also, I mean, we have seen, I mean, for our partnership is actually making this theory into reality, right? So GFT has co-developed this banking agent with Google and Thought Machines. And this is not a generalized agent. This is a specialist agent that can understand products, understand compliance requirement of new age banking. And that's where the whole AI in finance is moving towards.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great example of how you can use generative AI to provide a very seamless and interactive conversational engagement with customers. And what do you think are the key efficiency gains and cost savings that can be achieved by banks by the use of generative AI?
So basically there are two layers to it, right? So the first layer would be in the immediate future, what are the obvious gains? And obvious gains here is all about impact on operational costs. So these agents can now handle a large volume of customer interactions with a very low deflection rate to human agent, which means less burden on the banking contact centers, and that leads to direct revenue, direct savings. Basically, we are doing more with less here, right? And the second layer to think about is the long-term strategic vision or the strategic imperative of these things, and that's all about efficiency and productivity. And also, in a way, how most of the contact centers are considered as a cost center right now, that will move on to becoming something like revenue generation or revenue protection units, right? Where an agent will be able to seamlessly understand the customer intent, summarize it, and get the relevant data and provide that intel to the human agent even before they come into the conversation, making them sort of superpower and moving that conversation of that human agent from a basic problem solving human resource to a very high value relationship manager.
Yeah. There's definitely huge potential, and I guess the question is how will customers react to this, right? So what strategies can banks use to gain that user trust and to encourage customers to use these kind of products?
Yes, so see, trust is the basic backbone when it comes to banking. We can't be reactive when it comes to trust. We need to be proactive and we need to be deliberate about it. So there are three key aspects when how we can think about customer trust. The first thing is it needs to do its job well, which is competence. So customers will always compare it to the older systems that were in place. So these systems need to be more proactive and intuitive for the users to use, so that the customers feel they are gaining value from the conversations, and that's when they will start trusting these systems more. The second layer is about the transparency. We need to be absolutely transparent to the customers that you are talking to an agent, and provide them with an escape hatch, if I may, that whenever they want, they can go and talk to a human agent as well. Basically make them feel that they are in control of the conversation. And the third thing is about security. So the banks absolutely need to ensure that the user's data is secure, and that's where it needs to highlight that all these AI-powered systems have been built in a secure by design infrastructure, and their data is thoroughly, completely protected.
Thank you, Sourav. It was great having you here. Thanks for your insights.
Thank you.